Okay, I thought I'd start the live stream a couple of minutes early. How is everyone doing? We have Don here. Chewy's been here. Chewy was the first one in to the deal, and Don Gallagher was there. So great having you there. I have had a pretty epic week in the fish room. I hope you have as well. I have two videos coming up, and I did a preview yesterday. Excellent, Chewy. Perfect. Now we have three people, 2 likes. My God, you guys are great. Daryl Deemer, what's up? Cindy, how are you? Good group of people already here. So I had a big week in the fish room. I mean, a real big week. I had, let's see, I put out a preview yesterday, as sort of a tease. I received 8 bags, breather bags. Fancy Tail Aquatics, Bob Kaler. You're sitting in a parking lot. Oh, at the LFS. Well, that's not too bad, Bob. So, and yeah, there's a lot of stuff from Aquashella. Next weekend, for work, I'm involved with something that I can't go into because I don't use my name. But I am going to be in Dallas next weekend. I'm going to be at the Alien Con. So next Saturday we won't have a live stream. I may do it from the Alien Con in Dallas. But so I have 2 epic, explosive live streams or videos coming up. Tomorrow I am doing an unboxing, 8 breather bags. You figure out what's in it. And so we're going to do that. And then on Wednesday, I have another epic unboxing. And essentially every fish tank I have up now has fish in it. Here's the bad part. I have 4 more tanks to set up, which I think I'll do tomorrow. And get those up and running. And because my guppy fry, my swordtail guppy fry, they are getting too big, and I'm expecting more drops. So I'm going to have to move them down to different tanks. Here's one of the reasons why I haven't set it up besides being lazy. And let me pull this closer so you can get a better look. How do you like my hat, by the way? I promised I'd wear a funny hat, and I am. Hey, thank you, Chewy. So the process. Hey, Connor, how are you? And I'm sorry your live stream was a failure, and your Wi-Fi hates you. You have to, I don't know how far you are physically away from your Wi-Fi, but if you're far away, that's where it goes through. Yeah, it isn't a Shriner's Fez; it's a Fez. But I've always wanted to be, a Fez-wearing Shriner. And to be a Shriner, you know how it takes to be a Shriner? You have to be a Mason, a Freemason. Well, I'm not a Freemason. And I've sort of been apprehensive about joining, but a buddy of mine who's like an airline pilot and someone I grew up with, he says, it's a great group of guys. So I'm single. All I have is fish. So why not? And I got my fish room companion, Bolo, who's right here with me. In a few minutes, by the way, we're going to do an unboxing. I received this in the mail today. So it's something for the fish room. Let's see, I have 2 more things coming for the fish room this week. Or actually 3 more things. Aquafina. And hey, Pam, 54 Punchy, what's up? So here's why I haven't set up the other aquariums. And there's a reason. I have all the equipment. That's not a problem. In my move, it's low enough that I'm going to have to use a pump to get the water out because it's just above floor height. So it's just I'm not gonna be able to get something long term, to get the water into a bucket. So I'm gonna have to go and use a pump. And I bought a water pump that and I have no idea what I did with it. None. So I have to buy another one. And so this last week I spent so much money on fish stuff that you'll see in the upcoming videos that you'll know exactly why. I'm going, okay, I'll say, the one I need to get is only like $9. Hey, the plant or the plant tank, how are you? And hey, don't worry. I don't think you can. I don't think I can receive a super chat until I get 1,000 likes. But thank you so much for the thought. And by the way, if you haven't liked the channel, if you haven't subscribed, this is your time. And here's the other thing: if you've not liked the Facebook page for Mobb Guppy, here that is. And so feel free to like it. You're invited. And so it's all good. Hey, Bolo, here's my fish room companion, Bolo. He's been sort of hanging out. Now he wants to get down, so I think. You want to get down? I got him in joy, by the way. He loves it. So, yeah, so I got, you're going to see new fish tomorrow. You're going to see new fish on Wednesday. You're going to see unboxing. Chewy's going to be upset with me because of the way I do it. That's okay. I understand, and I appreciate his thing. I got to put Bolo down. He wants to get down on the floor. And he's old. He's 12 years old, so he doesn't jump up and down the way he used to. So let's see here. Who was in the ICU? I missed this. Oh, unfortunately, yeah, Connor. It seems like you're gonna have to change your Wi-Fi thing. Oh, Candy's husband. Oh my goodness. Well, let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers. She has been through it all, hasn't she? Her little guy being sick, getting over leukemia, being in remission, which is fantastic. Tampa Tom, how are you? How are you doing? So, welcome to the live stream. Wow, we already have 9 people here, 8 likes. You guys have been really, really good. So thank you so much. Just realized I had Facebook open. I'm surprised I haven't had, or maybe once I did the live stream, it wouldn't give me the notification bell thing. So there we go. And so that's, yeah, and I wish I was at Aquashella. I really do. I wanted to go to Dallas, and my contract wasn't renewed at my previous job, and so I couldn't go because of that. And I'd love to get to Secaucus, New Jersey, for the aquatic experience. I live near there. I lived in Hackensack, New Jersey for 7 years, and so I know exactly where it's being held. I know the great restaurants in the area. If you guys want tips, restaurant tips, if anybody's going to aquatic experience, let me know. I can hook you up with. If you don't want to go to New York City for a good slice of pizza, there's a good place over in Hasbrook Heights, which is about 10 minutes away from the aquatic experience. So there you go. And that's a good question, Tampa Tom. Do you do fishing for like snakeheads and kill them every time you get one, or if you pick up an Oscar or a pacu? Love saying pacu. All right. Should I do the unboxing? Okay, I'm going to do it. All right. Let's see. Don't want to put my address out front there. All right, here we go. This came from Portland, Oregon, and I got it from a seller on eBay. So let's see here. And the seller's name is Go Agua. Go Agua. All right. Let's cut this open. One of the new fish that I got, which is not a guppy, really requires a high vegetable type of content. And so I did not have any clips. So I went and I ordered a clip, a veggie clip, to see if I liked it or not. If I liked it, I'll order more from the guy. And here it is. And he's got it in a baggie. Isn't that great? You put your cocaine in it. Oh, I'm joking. I don't do drugs. I barely even drink booze. I no longer smoke. I'm not a lot of fun. I just have fish and my dog. And I eat a lot of vegan foods. I was pretty good today except for breakfast. I went to Waffle House for breakfast. Yesterday was payday, and I always think that that you have to go and splurge on something, eat something cool that you normally don't eat. Okay, here we go. Excellent. Oh, and I've got to do this to get it out. Fascinating. Look at this. It's like, I may just have to, you know what? Heck with this. I'm going to cut it open. Hey, Melvin, thank you very much for being here. QSA, Fall Rising. Enjoyed your live stream for a little bit last night. I joined way too late. All right. Oh, and by the way, it came with bubble wrap. I'm essentially a 5-year-old when I get bubble wrap around. So, excellent. Got this. I'm going to hook up some cucumber for the new fish. I'll do that tomorrow. Oh, and guess who wants to climb? Thirsty Rabbit back in the house. And Bolo, my fish room companion, wants to get back up. Okay, good boy. And so there we go. We're in business. Yep. So, yeah, sounds good. At Waffle House, I get pork chops and eggs. If you've never had the pork chops and eggs at Waffle House has several really good choices. Not really good for your health, but really tasty choices on breakfast food. If I go to IHOP or I go to Cracker Barrel or Perkins or Denny's, I'm not getting any of their dinner fare. I'm getting breakfast. And breakfast to me is eggs, some sort of a meat choice, a potato. If the restaurant has sourdough bread with butter, I'm in on that. But so I went and I had pork chops, eggs, my potato scattered, smothered, covered. And for those who are not familiar with the Waffle House speak of scattered, smothered, covered, it's scattering your potatoes as they fry it up in some, I think it's peanut oil. It's great. Not Ola Jane, what? Fish Rich, what's up? And then they put onion in it and they cover it with American cheese. So scattered, smothered the onions, covered. You can get it chunked, and that's with chunks of ham. You can also get it with jalapenos. They call it peppered. And there's, capped is mushrooms. I've never done capped. I've never done jalapenos. I've never done chili. You can put chili in it. I've never done that. But it's all good. America loves Waffle House. It's a great deal. So yeah, so let's see here. So I've got all sorts of fry, and I'm gonna have to do another video on the fry. The swordtail guppies, the females are just about to drop again. They're huge, gigantic, and considering swordtail guppies are not necessarily that big, and they've dropped a huge sort of uh, cloud of guppy babies. So I've got like over 20 guppy fry in each tank. So I got to set up these aquariums and get them moved over to there. And I probably have to set it up here and then go from there. I'm gonna be out of town next Saturday, so I'll try to do a quick live stream. Probably as I'm driving back, to Joplin from Dallas. I'm gonna leave at 4 a.m. I'll be in Dallas at like 11, and I'm going to leave at about 5 p.m. and drive my way back and enjoy all that stuff. I apologize for coughing. I've been watching Michael's Fish Room too much. So the guppies I got, wait till you see the guppies. They're fantastic. I got them from Doug Gray, and they'll be on Wednesday's video. So let's see. So other than that, today's fish room activities, I my hatch out today, and yeah, you're right, Chewy. Alan Bias, swordtail guppies. These are single swords, and so yeah, that's going to go through. And now I'm having a vitamin water triple X zero, and triple X is totally family friendly. Acai, is that how you say it? Blueberry and pomegranate, not natural flavors. So that's good. Nice and tasty. So it's let's all keep hey, Joker. The Joker rules. You know what? I got this off of eBay, and I spent, including shipping, like $5 or $7. So just go to eBay, type in Fez. This is how you can get a great hat just like this. And by the way, I think you guys are beginning to know my personality. I've worn this places just to get the look. And yeah, that's great, Tampa Tom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to put a new rack of fish in. I'm living in a rental. I'm planning on buying a house that I'll move into. My lease is up here on May 1st. My goal is to close on a house the first weekend in April, so I can quickly sort of mainly to set up fish. And I'll be living in there before everything goes in. So I'm really excited about that. So I'm going out from there. So yesterday I went to I was waiting on my fish that arrived late. So I get my mail because when I moved here I didn't know where I was going to live. So I went to a UPS store and got a mailbox. So in my mailbox, they take all my shipping, all that sort of stuff, which is great. So I arrived there at like 12:30, and so I go over there to check it out. My fish hadn't arrived yet, so I went to Panera Bread and got their Mediterranean sandwich. It was delicious. Well, the guy that was doing the checkout was the customers ahead of me were two older ladies who spoke very little English. They were Spanish speakers, and I know Spanish because my ex-wife is from Mexico. My Spanish isn't good, but I know some Spanish. So this guy is like yelling at him like they're deaf, like these poor sweet, they couldn't be seen like very nice ladies. And so they had like 3 registers open, and I got him. So you know what I did? Hola, buenos dias, ¿cómo están? And the guy goes, I don't speak Spanish. Oh, see. Poco inglés, not much. And so he yells at me, what would you like to eat? Mediterranean. Full or half? He's like yelling back at me. Like I'm deaf. For whatever reason, you speak another language, you're deaf. Like speaking loudly is going to help someone who doesn't speak your language, easily. It's not going to help. It just isn't. So I order my sandwich, and then he asked, "Do you want fry or do you want potato chips or do you want coleslaw?" And so I said to him, I go, Papas. I don't know what that means. Go, potatoes. So, hey, Madfish Diva, welcome. So then he goes, he's like yelling at me, are you going to eat it here or are you going to take it take out? I said, aquí. I don't know what that means, he yelled at me. Aquí. I did the thing with the hand too. So he then some lady in line, I'm holding up a line. It's hilarious. So lady in line goes, he means here. So when they brought me my sandwich, because they bring you your sandwich at Panera Bread, I spoke to the lady in Spanish. I didn't speak English the rest of the time. So that's my sense of humor, everybody. That's my sense of humor. So hey, Ambist Aquatics is here. How's it going? So Clemson, my Clemson Tigers, they didn't cover the spread. They eked out a victory. And by the way, if I was thinking of, matching and looking good for the live stream, I would not have worn an orange shirt with sort of an off red hat. My beautiful fez. So yeah, my fry are growing up really nicely. Today's brine shrimp hatching was not as good as it normally is. Normally I get 95 plus percentage hatch, and there was there were a lot that hadn't hatched yet, and it had been I put my I set up my my hatchery every morning at 6 a.m. and I serve them the next day at noon. So, and yes, Madfish Diva is going to be my normal stream time except for next week, because I'm probably gonna do it for a little bit on my drive back. I'm going down to Dallas. So, but yeah, this is my normal stream time. This is what I'm doing. No one was really here, and Jeff Rose was doing 8 Eastern, 7 Central, and he stopped doing that stream, which is really too bad. I really love his stream, so I hope he does come back, and I hope he does return. By the way, gang, thank you so much for the likes. 13 in here, 12 likes. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So now that I have all these tanks of guppies, I have the nano fish, and you're going to see the new fish tomorrow, some of the new fish tomorrow. You're going to find that, and I think you'll find it, I'm going to have to do much more hatching of baby brine shrimp. I'm probably going to have to start doing 2 a days, because I'm going to have, I'm going to have 8 tanks of guppies here like that. And then I'm going to have to get more. Wow, 15 likes, everybody. Thank you guys so much. Man, more likes than people in here. It's all good. Hey, don't worry, Madfish Diva. That's why I get to remind everybody to hit it. It's, what else do you do during a live stream? Make sure people sub, make sure people, ask for them to sub, but also talk about great stuff and have a great time to get together with fish fam people just like you. Okay, good news. Candy's husband's doing better. Not as bad as originally thought. Thank you, Lord. Amen. So it's, that's a real tough thing to go through. By the way, you guys want to see Bolo? Yeah, I am too. Here's Bolo, my fish room companion. Hold on. There we go. He's not quite. There he is. As you can see, he's very happy. So yeah, I'm very, very happy that Candy, overall's husband, is. What's his first name again? My mind just went blank on that. So I'm happy. I couldn't be more thrilled. Valley Fish is here. Hey, Valley Fish, how you doing? Stacy. Okay. So it's all good. Thirsty Rabbit. Before you know it, we're gonna have Dr. Black here and Aquamate. We'll have all my Aussie crew, which is always good. Now I will tell you that when you see the fish that I received, I got them from Doug Gray, and you're gonna see those on Wednesday. The video's already produced. It's just gonna drop. I was when I started doing regular videos, I started dropping my Wednesday at 5 p.m. and then I realized, there's all these live streams going on. No one's going to be able to see it. You know when's a great time to watch FishTube videos? During work hours. So I set it up that I'm just going to do it at 10 a.m. So, and my Sunday video comes out at 10 a.m. as well. So that's kind of exciting. This, by the way, this Fez, it itches. Yeah, Doug Ray's a great guy. I talked to him on the phone yesterday. He's really a nice. We've never talked on the phone. We've exchanged notes over and over again on on YouTube and on Facebook, and we had never spoken. He gave me I set him up with my phone number, and he gave me a call when I told him the fish had arrived and nothing croaked, everything was good, and they look fantastic. And you'll be able to see that on Wednesday. So a tease. So yeah, so the deal is I've got to set up these other four. I've got to dig around. I hope I didn't lose this pump, but if it wasn't that expensive, so I'll just order it through eBay again for I paid I think $9 for it. And yeah, Chewy, they look amazing and just absolutely amazing. And he gave me some extras too, which is even better. Let's talk a little bit about breather bags, by the way. I got some fish in breather bags. I've done this gotten the breather, the breather bag deal a couple of times, and Chewy's going to argue with me. He's going to contend I'm wrong on this, but I've seen enough studies on it that when fish hit that have been in a bag for a day or two, that there's a lot of waste in that water, and that you're going to stress the fish out no matter what. And so it's just better to do plop and drop, just a one-time shock to the system. As long as they're at the right temperature, you're in pretty good shape. Well, breather bags are a bone of contention, especially if you have a heated type of thing. Now, it's been summer here, and every time I've gotten breather bags in, the breather bags have been warmer than the fish tank. So it's easy just to wait for them to go down in temperature, plop them and drop them. And so that's sort of the deal. Fish I got from Doug Gray yesterday came in at 82. The aquarium's at 78. So it was like Fancy Tail Mad Fish Diva. Yeah, it's all good. And the fish tomorrow are not guppies, so you'll have to see those. But they it's also really a neat thing that I received. So my fish room fam is complete, except there's a fish auction coming up on October 19th at the Northwest Arkansas Aquarium Society. There's one tomorrow in St. Louis, which is about a 5-hour drive from here. I'm not going to do it. Here's what I'm after. I'd like to get some more fire red shrimp. I really am liking them. I have them in my nano tank, and they're great. I'd like to get some more of those. And I also would like to get, I'd like to get some more super reds. If I could get some long fin super reds, even better. I have 3 super reds right now, and it's all good. In my nano fish tank, I have to begin. I have 2 different types of. Actually, I have 3. I have. Now my mind just went blank on. You guys will help me with this. It's they're kind of a cone that goes under the substrate. Bolo wants to get down again. So they're kind of a cone that digs into the substrate. And I got those. I think I got those when I got the plants for there. And I got ram's horn and pond snails, bladder snails, and I put down. I have like some shrimp briquettes that I do for the catfish, and here's the good news, Chewy, is that the fish I've been getting, they've been very close in the natural type of deal. These, the only fish that I probably shocked a little bit more than the others were the catfish I got from our boy Ambist Aquatics, or our lady with Ambist Aquatics. Those were probably a little bit softer water, but they're doing just fine. So 6 Corys, and they look great, and they're doing just fine. So hey, Dr. Black in the house, how you doing? And so it's all good. Look at this whole group of great people all in the house. 15 likes. My goodness. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I couldn't be more pleased about it. So, so I need to get more super reds, more shrimp, and then I'm done. But somebody has promised to send me, because they want to try shipping fish, they're going to send me a trio of panda guppies. And I've offered to pay at least for the shipping, but he says, "Oh no, he's going to take care of it." So that's going to be coming. So I'm gonna need new tanks, and so I got the rack that I got at Sam's Club, and it's a rack that can hold 450 pounds or something like that per shelf, and it's perfect for 4 10s, or I could probably put a 40 on top. I may do that. And I have a 29 on top of this thing right now. 40 breeder would probably look better. And so I'm probably going to do that, and just get everything going in. And if everything goes well, I'll be shipping fish. Because I don't think my LFS ain't going to be the LFS I had in Little Rock. She was great. She kept. I just sat there and I said, "Hey, for fish credit as you sell them," and I got all my food. I got live foods. I got frozen foods from her. It was all set up, so it was really, really good. So so that's sort of the I know it's soft water on the West Coast. Yeah, most of the time though, I've been dealing with hard water to hard water. And I got the hard water thing, which I opened up. You'll see that in one of the videos coming up. I haven't hooked it up and tried it yet, but I will. We'll do that in an upcoming video. And so that's good stuff. Yeah, so it's just I ordered some more guppy grass because guppy grass seems to do well. I just need to get more because for the tanks that I have, and then I'll begin to spread it out as it grows in. So that's one of the things going in. I got some hornwort, and the hornwort, which I love saying, um, it didn't have a die off. That the guy didn't send me a lot. I thought it was kind of a little bit of a rip. I mean, he sent me what he had on there, but it was so minimal that you would have thought he would have sent me, a couple of more strands. And I ordered hornwork from another guy, and it never arrived, and I had to actually go to eBay to get a refund because the guy wouldn't return my. I kept emailing him saying, "Hey, what's going on? Where are they?" So, but I know this guppy grass is coming, and it was put in the mail yesterday in Burlington, Wisconsin, and tonight it's in Kansas City. So I'll have it on Monday. It'll definitely be here on Monday, so that'll be good. The guppies that I got from our buddy Doug Gray, they're not we're a month away. They're pregnant. They've been hit, but they're a ways away from giving birth. Very nice young looking fish, so that's good. So, and I have a breeding plan that I want to do with the new guppies and the swordtails, and I'll sort of explain what I want to do. Um, in my thinking of this, when you do a cross, some people do a cross and they'll see if they get something cool, and then they'll try breeding it out. Um, I'm interested in the traits I'm interested in. So I want a swordtail that's the color of this fish. So that's what I'm going to do. And that's what my plan is to make that happen. And hopefully two, 3 generations down the line, I'll have something pretty close to what I want, but it may be 4 or 5. But hey, this is for fun, and part of the fun about live bears, but also people who are good with breeding angelfish, discus, etc., is going out and trying to get a specific trait and doing whatever it takes to make that happen. So, well, thank you very much, Tampa Tom. It's but that's what I want to do with the guppies. One of the things I love Doug Gray's channel about is that he tries different crosses, and sometimes he's just trying to see what he's getting. Sometimes he has an idea of where he's going with it. He's trying to right now breed a black Moscow a pingu or a panda, all black panda, which I think is a great idea. So he's like on first, second generation stuff on that. So I'm watching that very. Okay, Don, that would be great. I'll send you a note. I'd love some hornwort. Let me pay for shipping. So no, I appreciate it. So yeah, so that's sort of the goal there. Obviously, with my swordtail guppies and the new strain I received, I just want to improve what I have, and I want to make them better. A lot of times, people will go in and they'll, it's, and again, I'm trying to learn from the IFGA guys, mainly because they have sort of a standard they're trying to hit, and it gives you goals as you're breeding fish. And that's kind of that's attractive to me. Some people that's not attractive to. For me, because I'm kind of a science geek, I'm kind of a, in retrospect, I should have gone and become a zoologist or an ichtologist or something like that. Maybe I can go back to school and get that done. I love the whole process. I have a buddy that I've gotten to know. I run the California Condor Recovery Group, which is about the California condors. And I've gotten to know a couple of the condor biologists or ornithologists, I think they are for most of them. And watching them in the recovery of the California condor, pretty fascinating. Sounds good, Chewy. Yeah, no, it's true. Doug Gray has several projects that he's working on. It's fascinating to watch what happens and what goes on. I did see a fish that ATFG has that I am lusting after. Lusting. That, but I can't do it right now. And, maybe I'll be able to get it, when I move into my house and dedicate 1,500 square feet to fish aquariums, except for my bedroom. My bedroom's sacrosanct. But being single, you can say to the ladies, "Hey, you want to come to my place and see the fish? I've got fish in my bedroom." That's probably not a good opening line. Probably think you're kind of creepy. What can I say? It's just thinking through it. The ladies in the fish room that can go through. Yes, yes, Fancy Tail Aquatics. Nothing like talking about the fish in your bedroom that gets women flocking. I've got fish room game. Oh man, Denny, what's up? Denny's fish tanks is here. All right, that's good. Yeah, today, by the way, in lovely Joplin, Missouri, got to about 84 degrees, really nice. The other day, it was 55 in the morning, which was glorious. It just felt so good. Felt so absolutely good. Yeah, Fancy Tail Aquatics. No, I get why you're single. It's we're geeks. We're nerds. It's okay. I'm willing to grasp that. By the way, I got to know this guy when I lived in San Antonio, who was real big into the comic book thing, and and I met him through work, and he was a proud guy. He proudly called himself a geek. Oh, thank you so much, Don. I'll connect with you and let me pay for shipping. I really appreciate it. It's very nice. So the folks that do this, so I referred to him as a nerd at some point, and okay, he wanted to be called a geek, but if you called him a nerd, that ticked him off. So and Tampa Tom, yeah, it's it's I'm newly single after like 17 years of being away from the dating scene. Other than my courtship was for a couple of years before I got married. So I'm gonna have to figure out how this is done. It's I'll have to figure out as I shortly after I filed divorce began to go through the divorce. I didn't feel like I should be dating. Figure I should be officially divorced for a while. Sort of figure out who I am as a person. I'm in the line at the grocery store, and a woman, and she was pretty attractive, much more attractive than I am. So she handed me her phone number, and it was just I was not in a place to do that. Well, Melvin, it happens. Marriage happens. You'll meet that girl. That's what happened to my next wife. I'll meet that gal and probably at the grocery store line, and cracking jokes about the Kardashians, and what's going on with Justin Bieber. So that's all good. $54 Mag Guy 1 is in the house. How are you doing? Thanks for popping in. Really a good crew here tonight. We got 14 people, 15 likes. Thank you guys so much. Let me pop this up again. If you've not liked the Mobb Guppy Facebook page, please feel free to. And if you've not subscribed, feel free to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification bell so you know when new content is coming. So it's all good. Okay, well, my fish room companion. Yeah, no, Justin is married. He's married to that real pretty Baldwin girl. So come on, Bolo. Hold on, fish room. Okay, he scratched my leg, which is the high sign he wants to come up. But he ran away when it goes through. And if I pull the thing back, he'll do there. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, I got it. All right. Yeah, by the way, my dog is immensely spoiled. Immensely spoiled. So it's all good. So yeah, so coming up this week, I have plants. I have more brine shrimp eggs arriving, and I have food coming from Super Cichlids. And because I just think that you should feed a wide variety of stuff so you're not missing out on nutrition. So it's so I have a bunch of different stuff. So and I love working with Super Cichlids. They're great, and Lisa and Martin are fantastic people. So if you don't know them or haven't gone through there, they could not be. I mean, they really are good people. And now that they've opened up their own local fish store, I hope that it's. I just want to make sure they are successful. And I know that Scott and Liz from King and Queen Cichlids have been supporting them. And yeah, by the way, yeah, the whole I don't hatch enough yet. I get my Fancy Tales talking about trying to get a commercial thing. I need to do two things. Number one, I have to open up a couple of one for the fish and one for my other stuff. I need to open up an LLC, a couple of them, and for the fish room. And by the way, the reason to do that, if you have a lot of fish and you sell some occasionally and that type of thing, or you sell food or whatever, the reason to have an LLC is that if you continue to lose money, you're like 2-3 years in, your tax person's going to say you can't do anything with it. You have to drop. You have to stop doing it. The federal government's going to think of it as a hobby instead of a business. You have an LLC; it's a business. Now the deal is that you go in, and even if you're making 50 cents a year on it, you have all the tax write-off stuff that you can do with an LLC. So I've not done that yet for the Mobb Guppy, so I will. And okay, I'm going to tell you something else I've done. I own, and don't think I have a lot of money because it was cheap. I own a couple of micro shares and a couple of thoroughbred racehorses. And it's through, if you go to myracehorse.com, if you want to see how how expensive this is, I'll type this in. But I need to open up an LLC around that. and then I've been doing freelance work. I have a studio and I do different things with it, and I've become serious enough with it that I need to have an LLC. So I've got to do three. An LLC, just depending on the state you're in. In Missouri, it's $125, which is a lot of money, but it's not. If you can go in and all of a sudden say, "Oh, I'm driving to a fish show," and you have an LLC, well, you can write off the mileage real easy. If you're going as a hobby, you can't. This is just a hobby. So it's so if you're doing a lot of driving around with that, it's really good to do an LLC. Speak with your tax professional, and they'll break it down for you. By the way, that's the new thing I have to find is a tax professional, because the tax professional is a buddy of the ex-wife, and so it is what it is. So there you go. So Bolo's back up. He's breathing very funny. So this is how spoiled my dog is. He wants to be fed by hand, but he's old and I think he has a couple of bad teeth. So it's all good. Let me show him to you again for anyone who didn't see him before. Little Bolo, huh? Yeah, what a good puppy. Yeah. So yeah, as you can tell, my dog has a terrible life. Terrible life. So, well, you do a lot more with your LLC. It's I didn't know that Jim Alderson is into horses. Well, I'll have to write him a note. And my two racehorses, by the way, that I own, one of them is run twice, and they're both 2-year-olds. One's run twice, and he sort of fell off at the end of his first race. Second race, he hung in there a lot more, but he's really young. He's a real big horse, and he's with one of the big trainers. His name is Wayne O. Wayne Space O. And he's a horse vet. Okay, well, I'll let him know. And the other horse that I own is Daddy's Joy, and she is 2, and she's going to run her first race maybe in November in Kentucky. And she runs in November. If it's like a Saturday, I'm going to drive to Kentucky to watch her run and see if I can get in the owner's box. So it's so I'm kind of excited about the whole deal. So that's cool. I didn't know that. So and good for you, Ambist. Yeah, tax stuff is good. And then you can also write off, if you have a fish tube channel, you can write off your internet. You can write off the space that you have the fish in your place. So if your mortgage payment is $1,000 a month, and you have 200 of the 1,500 square feet, you can essentially write that off. So it's really cool stuff. You out of here, Daryl. Thank you very much. Or no, it's Thirsty Rabbit's going. Are you guys getting ready for your live stream? And which is coming up tonight at 9 Eastern, 8 Central. And my Aussie boys, which are always great. I love that. I love that one. So it's hey Bolo, and I'll let you know. I'm it's I believe that my both of my horses are going to run at Keeneland. But I'm not sure. Wayno, they were going to try to get him in this weekend at Churchill Downs, but they couldn't get stall space for him. So he remained at Saratoga, where he ran his first races. So he's going to be at Keeneland, and so hopefully he'll be up and running. And quite frankly, I think he should be taking time away because he is he's just got to grow up. So and No, oh yeah, yes, yeah. It's I remember that story a few years ago. Stan Schubel had fish come back from a fish show. And by the way, for those of you who are not guppy geeks like Chewy and I are, Stan Schubel is, hey, Select Bet, how are you? Wow, you never got into horses. Yeah, you see, I made some bets today. Not a lot, just a little bit. And let's see how I did. I still have stuff going on. I still have bets going on. So let's see. I was doing really well, and then I sort of fell off. And let's see here. I have lost $3.99 today, but I have. Let's see here. I have two more races left, so let's all hope that something hits. So that's all good. And yeah, Stan Schubel was the man. He really is sort of like the Stan Lee of the guppy hobby. I mean, he is, he really, he was involved with the International Fancy Guppy Association since the '60s. He developed his own great lines. In fact, Doug Gray has Schubel Blues, and I was looking at those things going. I didn't get the Schubel Blues, but I was thinking about. I may, I may have to get more aquariums. So that's all good. So I came up with the thing that I'm doing with my fish room because I don't want to wait for a bunch of males to grow up to see, and put off in separate tanks because you can get into 100 tanks. I have this 55-gallon that I'm doing nano fish in. So I'm just going to start moving any male over there and allow them to develop, and then with a couple of chaser females, and then the real good males I'll put in with with the females I'm keeping as virgins. So that's sort of the deal. Yeah, Luke Roebuck. Yeah, Dave Lamas. Yeah, it's no, just a lot of great people that are involved in the hobby, but Stan Schubel, sort of the man. He passed away, I guess, a couple of years ago. He was in his 80s and he was still keeping like 10 lines of guppies. And so he was still at the top of his game, the top. So yeah, so for us fish geeks, somebody like that is someone worthy of paying attention to. And the other nice thing about the fish hobby, as we get older, we can still do it. You know what I'm saying? We can still do the fish hobby. You're not cut off by age. You can do it forever. And if you can't carry a full bucket anymore, you can do a third of a bucket. I mean, you can do this hobby. Technically, to the end, which is fun. And because if you get into other pursuits, there's just I have a buddy of mine who's like captain softball. He's been playing softball leagues since he's been in his 20s. And this guy has had both knees rebuilt, and he's older than me, and I'm guessing he's in his early 60s. He's in phenomenal shape, but he's injured himself. I think he wrecked his ankle one time and was like out for the season because of a bad ankle. Just bizarre. Yeah, no buckets needed with a python. You're right, Select Pet. I may do python when I get into my house, or I may set up a drilled tanks, so go in right from there. So yeah, so that's all good. Yeah, and and at some point I would like to do a 1,000-gallon aquarium and do the pond pump thing. That's what I lost, Fancy. I got to get a new one for my bottom things. But yeah, that's a great way to go as well. And model trains, you can go on it forever, but sometimes as people get older, they're not quite as steady. If you look at my hand, you'll begin to see, it's being pretty. I have something called hereditary tremors, so all of a sudden my hands will go woo. You can do fish with that. You can't do train. You can't build train stuff with like that. And there are times my hands do not hold still. No, it's not Parkinson's. I've seen the doctor on that. So it's the genetic side of stuff is is part of the fun. That's one of the things about guppies and obviously discus. And I look at the discus people and I'm not worthy. Those people are nuts in a good way. In fact, I never thought I'd really like discus all that much. I may end up sorry, gang. I may end up going discus. I mean, that's just I want to get an arowana at some point. I just think they're great. You have to have a huge tank for that. So that's good. So should we keep going for a little longer, gang? It's been a little over an hour. I can hang out for another 15, 20 minutes, half hour. That's all good. I can stay there. It's you need the soft water for the discus. When I lived in Little Rock had the softest water on the planet. It was like West Coast water. It was like it came out of the tap at like a 6.2 and TDS very low, all that sort of stuff, really soft. And that's why I had to do crushed coral, and which raised that pH real nicely, and go in right from there. So, yeah, that's the. Hey, Bolo, you want to say hi to everybody? Come on. He's like barking at me. I took him for a walk right before we went on, but I think he wants attention. What's a 12-year-old dog and a toddler all about? They want attention. And so he does. Yeah, it's thank you. It is a Pomeranian. He's a black and tan. I'm getting a female around Christmas time from a breeder, and I'm saving Bolo's sperm so that she can have his puppies when she gets old enough, because he's by the time she's ready to go, he'll be like 14 years old. So, and you never know if you'll be able to save the stuff and all that. So that oh yeah, sorry, Chewy. It there's time to walk away from all sorts of stuff. My dad, as he got older, walked away from his activities, because of health stuff and what have you. And you know what? I'm gonna have to work on a hat now. Next week for the live stream, I'm gonna be driving back from Dallas, and I'll do it while I'm driving. And so I'm gonna be in Dallas for work, for for some of the work that I do. And so I'm going to drive down that morning. It's about 6 hours from here. So I'm going to leave at 4. By the time everything's said and done, it'll be about 11. I'll be there till probably about 4 or 5 at the event. And then I will, after that, we'll drive straight back here. I'll be back at about midnight. So that'll be all good. And so maybe I can have some sort of a hat and that. Now you're giving me the challenge. I'm going to be like the crazy hat guy. So I'll have a oh, do you know what? I have a couple of really cool hats. One of them I lost in the moving and the divorce thing, and but I own a series of floppy hats. Like a type of hat a baby would wear. And when you have this much hair left, you need to cover your head when you're outside. And baseball caps, while they're good, they don't necessarily have a panache. And let's face it, chicks dig funny hats. All right, gang, this is it. I'm running out of gas. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock Central Time, 11 Eastern, 9 or 8 Pacific. Unboxing. Chewy's gonna be upset because I didn't acclimate them by a drip, and they came in. But plop and drop, baby, plop and drop. And they came in via breather bags. So there we go. Thanks again, everybody. I love you so, and I really appreciate you being here. And we'll see you. We'll probably see a lot of you in King and Queen Cichlids tomorrow night. Look forward to that, and look forward to seeing you guys again. Thanks.